p.m. Norfolk County Commissioners meeting on Wednesday, September 9th, 2020, 1 p.m. to join the Zoom meeting and remote participation. The orders of Governor Baker on March 12th, suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law. I hereby call the meeting to order as chairman. On the roll call, Commissioner Collins.
Present.
Commissioner Shea.
Present.
The minutes of the open meeting of September 7, 2020 for approval. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman, we approve the minutes of the open session meeting September 2nd, 2020.
Second.
There's a motion made and seconded to approve the open session meeting of September 2nd, 2020 for approval. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is a vote. Do we have any public comment? Hearing no public comment, we will go into the facilities report. John McGowan, please.
Yeah, good afternoon. I'm working on some issues in Quincy Court that the director gave me on juvenile courtroom. I sent the guy down this morning. We were there Saturday, and we did the main courtroom and juvenile, but they wanted some extra stuff done in juvenile. And our carpenter, Joe, is on vacation now, but I had the guy that was working with him, John Palmer, go down this morning and install the plexiglass panels on the clerk's desk in juvenile court. But they also want another section done, and he's working on that now. He's going to cut the piece of plexiglass, and we're going to try and get it installed. Probably tomorrow. I don't think I can get it done again today, but tomorrow we'll probably finish that up. I talked to our director and informed him of what was going on with that, because I know that Scott Arnell for the state he has to make a report every day now, so he wants an update every day on what we're doing with the courtrooms. On the other side of Quincy, we're working on the, supposedly they're going to do the sealing of the parking lot and restriping. I talked to the contractor last Friday. I didn't know that this was happening. I think he wanted to do it last weekend, but we didn't have enough time to make arrangements, so I told him he couldn't do it. They'd have to do it this Saturday coming, and because I have to get the parking lot swept. I had the corners swept yesterday and today, and hopefully I put some signs up, signage informing the public. Lot will be closed Saturday and Sunday, and hopefully they get the message, because I put them up yesterday afternoon and they're up today, so they should be up tomorrow and Friday. And Friday night I'll block say around 11, I'll block the parking lot off, and hopefully nobody's in there in the morning. Other than that, I don't have much else going on right now.
Okay, thank you, John. Any comments from Commissioner Collins?
I'm all set, John. Nice job.
Any comments from Commissioner Shea?
I do have one comment. It's good that we swept, and a couple of weeks ago when the Sheriff's Department cleaned out that back quarter going out to Washington Street, they took a lot of refuse out, and the city took it away, and they did a good job. So it's probably in the best shape it's been for a couple of months. I just arranged this morning with Superintendent Larry Preneville of the city of Quincy, the highway superintendent. They're, in addition to what we're doing, the sweepers are going to go in there late Friday. He said he'll send them both in. So can they, are we going to block it off at a certain time late Friday, or?
Well, I could
I don't
do
want to be in the way of it blocking off. I can get them in there earlier, but I was trying to wait till the maximum time when there's no one in there. And they'll be happy to go in and sweep it a couple of times. They don't do the corners because they got that big vehicle. But if the
Yeah,
corners
that's-
are on, it'll help.
I had Sean sweep the corners out.
Okay,
Because they never can get in the corners with the
I
machine.
know. But can they, if they arrive at a certain time, will that be blocked off? I just want to be sure to tell them. Not that they're not out working anyway, because they sweep the square and they'll make some passes through there.
You, know, Commissioner, what time you're talking about? Are you talking about like 1 in the morning, or
No, they're on,
are they
they're
doing
on
it?
4 to, they leave at 11. But
Are they doing-
if he had to hold someone over, he would do that for us too, but I'd like to get it done between 4 PM and 11.
Well, we could do it as long as it's around, you know, they can make runs through there. I don't know how many cars will be parked in there at that time.
Right. They said they would be happy to keep coming back and peck away at it, or, you know.
Oh, good, because,
The-
I have most of it done. Most of it's,
Right.
the high spots.
I just am afraid, I'm afraid if it's chained off, they can't get in, but,
Oh, no, I won't do that.
okay, all right.
I won't do that, no. I won't, I'll have the guys at night when they're leaving to put side horses up, tape across it,
Okay, that wouldn't keep them out. Okay.
if they can.
Yeah, let,
Okay, you're all set?
yeah, we're all set, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Thank you. We have 3 blue papers for the Aggie School. The chair will wait a motion to accept the blue papers as presented by the superintendent.
I'll make the motion, we accept the blue papers.
I'll second it, Mr. Chairman.
Motion made and seconded to accept the blue papers as presented by the superintendent of Aggie School. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is a vote.
Fran, excuse me, Fran, did we miss number 6? Do we miss number 6, old business? Do we have to do anything with that?
On the what?
Mike, do we have anything under old business?
No, we don't have anything on the old business, Chairman.
Okay,
I'm sorry,
great.
I missed
That was the only question I
Yeah.
had. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. The next thing is item number 8, and this is for the payroll and expense warrants for approval. What I would like to do is read each one and then have a motion made to accept all 6.
Fran, do you want me to read them?
Yes, you can read them, please.
Okay, so the first one is payroll and expense warrants for approval, September 9, 2020. There's an expense warrant motion to approve expense warrant number 1026 dated 9/9/20 in the amount of $37,643.89. So that's a motion.
I'll second it.
Motion made and seconded to accept the expense warrant 1026 dated 9/9/20 in the amount of $37,643.89. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is a vote.
Okay, the next one is the Wollaston credit card payment. And I make a motion to approve the Wollaston credit card payment dated 9/2/20 in the amount of $55,180.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the Wollaston credit card payment 9/2/20 in the amount of $55,180. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is a vote.
Okay, the next one is a debt and interest. Motion to approve the warrant 21-2, debt and interest dated 9/9/20 in the amount of $517,321.88.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve warrant 21-2, debt and interest dated 9/9/20 in the amount of $517,321.88. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? It is a vote. Thank you.
So the next one is a county weekly payroll. I'd make a motion to approve the county payroll warrant 21-20 dated 9/9/20 in the amount of $144,599.96.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve county payroll warrant 21-20 dated 9/9/20 in the amount of $144,599.96. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is a vote.
Okay, the next one is a school biweekly payroll. And this is a motion to approve the Aggie School payroll warrant 21-10 dated 9/9/20 in the amount of $214,597.62.
Second.
There's a motion made and seconded to approve the Yagi School payroll warrant 21-10 dated 9/9/20 in the amount of $214,597.62. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is a vote.
So the last one on the list is a school longevity payroll. I'd make a motion to approve the Aggie School payroll warrant 21-10, open parentheses 5.1, close parentheses, dated 9/9/20 in the amount of $34,116.23.
Second.
There's a motion made and seconded to approve the Aggie School payroll warrant 21-10, 5/1 dated 9/9/20 in the amount of $34,116.20. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is a vote. Next item on the agenda is the bid openings. We have none. Contract awards, we have none. And we have a president's update. I believe Mr. Director is Carl Miner on.
Yeah, yes, he is, Chairman. Carl, can you hear us?
I can. Can you hear?
Okay. Yes, we can, Carl.
Yes.
Welcome.
Okay, Carl, you can go.
Okay, great.
It's all up to you, Carl.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon.
You're welcome.
Michael has asked me to discuss 3 topics today. The first one is our financial reports, how we're doing over here so far this fiscal year. And Dana put together an addendum to the financial reports, which is the last 2 pages you have there, from July 1st to September 7th, a comparison between 2019 and 2020. Our total revenue is down $19,117, approximately 4.25%. Our daily fee rounds, weekday rounds, are down 7%, and that is 356 rounds. Our weekend rounds are down 9%, and that's 313 rounds, a total of 669 rounds. Our season subscriber rounds are up 27%, which is 680 rounds, which equals what we're down in the daily fee. So that could be because some people are out there using the golf course more, but it could also be the fact we don't have any outside events here, the shotgun starts. So the total rounds are down 0.3%, so that's only 195 rounds. For the first week of this fiscal year, we could only book at 75% capacity, 12-minute intervals between tee times instead of 9. We've now bumped it up after Charlie Baker said we could to 10-minute intervals.
I'll be right back.
So we pretty much maintained the amount of rounds we did last year with all these changes and restrictions. Cart revenue down 0.7%. As you know, every cart has to go out with a single rider unless you live together. So we did rent the extra carts, and that has been a wise decision because we use them every day. And we've actually had a wait time for carts this year. As far as payroll, that's up in the pro shop. The state mandate that we sanitize every cart when it comes in before it goes back out. So we have 1 or 2 people doing that during the day. We have an extra person on the first tee, which is a state mandate too, and people in the pro shop as well. Where we used to run the pro shop with 2 people, sometimes we have 3 to 5 people. So that the payroll there has probably gone up quite a bit. In general, we haven't been like the other courses where they're encouraging people to take, two people to a cart. We're trying to protect the public and the seniors here, and the staff. And Dana did a great job putting this together for us. Any questions?
Commissioner Collins, do you have any comments or questions?
I know that we were doing some work over there, Carl, so what are you looking at next?
That's the second topic. The stairs going from the 14th green to the 15th tee are not up to code. Dana had a discussion with the personal injury lawyer who plays here. The lawyer said that they're not up to code, and if someone fell there, we would just be writing a check. They wouldn't even go to courts. The stairs were built in the early 80s by CETA, which is the Comprehensive Employee Training Act, and they just threw them together. So I brought it to Michael's attention. We met with Michael, Bill, and Dana to look at them, and we also addressed some stairs on the 14th tee and stairs up near the clubhouse, and we all agreed they need to be done. The next week, I met with John Falsham, a mason who came out to the course. We looked at all the steps, and he's been in touch with Nancy about the numbers, how much it's going to cost, which is over $100,000. We have $80,000 in the budget this year for land improvements, which was supposed to be a project on the 16th hole, which we can use for the stairs.
Commissioner Shea, I'm sorry, Commissioner Collins, are you through?
No, I had a quick question. So what are the stairs going to be made out of, Carl? Cement?
That hasn't been determined yet.
Okay. Good job.
Okay,
Good job, Carl.
Commissioner Shea, you got any questions?
No, I'm okay. I've been talking to Mike about various things at the golf course. I make a little trip over there tomorrow, but I had to step away for a minute, but I'm on board. I did have a request from some regulars there about that wall, Carl, that they hit the ball off of. They're looking to increase the size of it. Greg Burke, I don't know if you know Greg. He's the football coach at Stoughton High. He's reached out to me, so I'm going to meet him over there and we can discuss it. But this other work is going to be going forward before the snow flies, correct, Mike?
Yes, that's a hope. Like we obviously have to go out to bid.
Correct.
And have like civil engineering, like and structural engineering done on I believe it is the stairway to the 15th hole. That hill there is going to require some engineering just so we have a stairway that's really structurally safe and sufficient. But yeah, that's our hope to to get all the engineering work done in the next few weeks, a month or so we can move on it. Yes, absolutely.
How about the signage?
Okay.
Is the
Any other
signage-
questions, Commissioner Shea?
Yeah, the signage is pretty much ready, I understand also.
Yeah, yes. We have the building permits in hand from the city of Quincy. We went through their process at the end of last week. And we're working with Milton to finalize the process for the signage on Granite Avenue. There was a question actually at the end of last week that the building inspector had for us that we now this week I'll have Joe McNichols out actually doing a survey of. There was a question about whose land in Milton the sign is actually on. Is it the state or is it our land? So they wanted a plan that actually shows it's on our land. So that's what we're in the middle of working on as we speak.
That's on Granite Ave.
Yes.
No, I have no questions.
Okay.
I'll be over to see Carl and
Uh,
Dana this week. Thank you.
Okay, is Dana on there?
Dana could not make it today.
Okay, Carl, I'd like to congratulate you on the small deficit of $19,000 with the pandemic and all of the problems. You people have done a whale of a job down there, keeping it at 19,000, keeping that many rounds of golf. And the one thing that I was very impressed with, that you were looking out for the welfare and safety of not only your staff and the customers, and especially the seniors. When they're bringing the cats back in, instead of spraying, we're rubbing everything down and make sure that everything is not going to spread. And you've done a whale of a job. So I'd just like to carry that back to Dana and your staff, and we appreciate everything that you and Dana have done, Cal.
Will do, and I'll pass that on.
All right, thank you very much.
I do have one more
Okay,
topic.
the next thing on the agenda is the
Excuse me, Fran.
report of the purchasing department procurement officer, Nancy.
Mr. Chairman, I think Carl has one more issue with us.
Oh, I am sorry.
Yeah, one more topic, I'm sorry. The last topic is the golf course irrigation system, which is our biggest asset here. The average life of an irrigation system is 20 to 30 years. Our system now is 44 years old. We've done a lot of updates. We've spent a lot of money on it, so it runs decent. But while we have updated it, the piping and the wiring are 44 years old, and we get quite a few breaks and have a lot of problems. I've asked Toro Irrigation to do a ballpark price. I haven't gotten that back yet. But there are a lot of advantages of a new system. You get better water coverage, less water usage, lower electric bills, less labor and cost to maintain the new system. And it's something that we need to think about here.
How much are we
Thank
looking
you.
at?
That is well said. Mike Mullen, you're on top of that too also.
Yes, I am. Like, we've been talking with Cal, like, and coming up with a plan. Like everything, like it will probably involve a little bit, like a planning and engineering. That is like the first phase of the process. That Cal, like is speaking, like with Toro about. And then once we have an idea of that, then we can, actually start developing and scoping out a system. And from there we'll have a really good idea, like of what the cost would be, and what the options are, to be able to afford the cost as well.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, Carl, very much for your report.
Thank you for seeing me.
Thanks, Carl.
Thank you.
Okay, the next, Nancy.
Good afternoon. How is everyone?
Good.
But let me begin with the PPE, the personal protection equipment. It has been an ongoing project since the beginning of the pandemic to find and order supplies. We've had to purchase many items that in the past were not part of our normal supply order. Many calls were made and continue to be made to different suppliers in the quest to find available product, which has been a major problem. It is starting to lessen a little now. And Sheila's just done a fabulous job with helping to find different suppliers who we don't normally use and just making sure all their buildings are stocked with everything they need. We received quotes for duct cleaning at Quincy Court, and the cleaning is tentatively scheduled to be cleaned the last week of September or the first week of October. The vendor is coordinating with the superintendent of buildings. Next off, we are having air quality testing done to all the buildings. We requested prices for that, and the testing will begin next week. The testing will take place over a 4-day period. The project manager will be giving me the schedule sometime later today, and I will coordinate with the superintendent of buildings for that schedule. Then Quincy will be done separately after the duct cleaning has been completed. I've been also working on the COVID-19 FEMA CARES reimbursement on the MEMA workbook for the project for FEMA and CARES. FEMA will be reimbursing the county 75% of the labor and materials, and CARES will reimburse the remaining 25%. And I'll be submitting for both the county and the school. To hasten the reimbursement, I'll be submitting separate projects. The projects being submitted first will include current overtime and PPE purchases that have been paid for. I'm continuing to work on a separate workbook for all the other purchases and purchases which keep coming in. And as soon as those invoices are received, that will be submitted. I have put into the central register for publication for the quotes for the drainage outfall. And the quotes will be due in on the 30th of September. The stairs at President's Golf Course, I'm coordinating with both a civil and structural engineer to draw the drawings and elevations of the staircases that have to be replaced at the golf course. The staircases where the mason who was down with Carl suggested to me that actually granite, though normally it is more expensive, may be a less expensive alternative here, and to have a cement landing at the bottom. It's less labor intensive. The stairs going from the 15th hole look like they will have to be cement as they require a few landings. Then the Superior Court Dome, the architect water penetration analysis on the Superior Court Dome has been completed. CSS Architects estimates that an all-encompassing historically aesthetic repair of the dome will cost approximately $550,000. This was part of the feasibility study. CSS will be submitting a proposal for the preparation of the specifications for bid and oversight of the project when it is awarded. The FY 2022 audit, quotes for the audit were received on the 28th of August. The audit committee will be meeting on September 14th to go over the comparative analysis sheet. And then the bids for best practices review were received on the 2nd of September. The evaluation committee has been given the evaluation form. The committee will be meeting on the 18th of September to discuss. And bids coming up will be resurfacing of 3 sets of tennis courts and 1 practice court at the golf course. It'll be opening on September 16th. And the rebid of the binding and binders repair of record books for the registry of deeds, which previously opened on the 2nd of September and no bids were received. That will be opening on the 23rd. Does anybody have any questions?
Commissioner Collins, any comments or questions?
I have no questions for you, Nancy. Nice job.
Thank you.
Commissioner Shea, any questions or comments?
I have a quick question about the Superior Court Dome. Am I correct in assuming, although 500,000 is a large number, that we at one time were told or were under the impression that it was going to be more than that? So we're going in the right direction here, or is
Yes,
that wishful thinking?
no, that's an estimate that was sort of worked out, and this money will be coming out of the bond issue.
So
So we were expecting it to be around this price.
okay, so it's the same. And the testing had to be done anyway in Quincy, regardless.
Yes.
Okay, I have no other
It's
questions.
required, well,
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, my only comment will be to make sure that the superintendent of buildings is involved with this good dome and that he's aware of what's going on and he's part of it.
Oh, yes, he's been meeting with the architect with us initially, and obviously going forward, he will be included.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your report. We move into the county director's report. Mike Mullins.
Yes, and thank you, Chairman. There was a host of efforts that John McGowan, like Nancy and Kyle Minor, had spoke about, like which we've been working on. Like the really exciting part of this all, like is that when we talk about the dome and the tennis, like in the tennis, like in the tennis courts, like in some of the other work at, at the golf course at Wallaston, like a lot of, the work. This is work, like that, as Nancy mentioned, was envisioned in the bond proceeds, that we secured, like in working, with the advisory board last fall. So it's now now exciting that these projects, are coming, are coming up and they're coming, to reality that we're able to address them. So, I just wanted to mention that. But also as the facility superintendent mentioned, earlier, every day, our work in our partnership with the trial court, is ongoing. Like, and they're evolving like we're evolving. And, it's every day we have, a new project, a new courtroom, that we're working with them, and our judges, and our clerks really to address, like in that, like in addition really to everything that's been mentioned, that, has really been the focus of our efforts lately. So, like with that, Mr. Chairman, that's all I have. Like I do see that there's an executive session on the agenda next.
Okay, Commissioner Collins, would you want to move for executive session and read that paragraph?
Sure thing. So I move that we go into executive session pursuant to Purpose 6 MGLC 30A, Section 21, Subsection A, Subsection 6, to consider the lease of real property, specifically the Norfolk County Agricultural High School in Walpole at 1377 North Street in Walpole, Mass. If the chair declares that an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the negotiating position of the public body.
And I do, the chair does. On a roll call, Commissioner Collins,
Yes.
Commissioner Shea,
Yes.
and Commissioner O'Brien vote yes. We are now in executive session.
Okay, Mike, you have to make sure it's just us, right?
Yes, I will.